Welcome to Farm Charm Chic. I'm Emily. In today's episode, I have some Christmas in July DIYs to share with you. It is always so fun this year to take a break from the normal everyday DIYs and get to bring in a little bit of Christmas, and I think you guys are going to love these DIYs. I'm also doing a collaboration with some very beautiful friends who are so talented, and I'm so excited to share that information with you as we get into the video. If you like crafting, DIYs, dupes, hacks, thrift flips, or just creating in general, I would love if you would consider subscribing. If you do like any of today's projects, remember to hit that thumbs up. But let's go make some DIYs. I found this really cute sign at Dollar Tree, and I mean, it's beautiful the way that it is, but I bought a couple of them to redo for different seasons, and I thought it would be really fun to have one for Christmas. So I really love the window pane kind of detailing on here. So I'm just carefully putting my putty knife underneath that. I was able to slide it in under one of the corners, and then I'm just going to gently go around and peel this back. Now, it by all means does not peel off super smooth. As most things from Dollar Tree, it's kind of hit or miss when you are peeling things back, but it ends up being okay. I didn't keep any of the other little scrap pieces you can see off to the side. It ended up gluing back on just fine. So I just took my mister bottle and sprayed. This is just like a paper graphic that's been glued onto the top. So I'm just spraying that with my mister, and then I'm using my putty knife to scrape that back. You could also just get like a damp rag and soak that on it, like just press that down on it for maybe 5 or 10 minutes to kind of loosen all of that paper up, get some moisture under that, and it scrapes off extremely easy. And then here I'm just wiping it down with a dry paper towel just to get any of the excess residue off. This scrapbook paper came from either Hobby Lobby or JoAnns, and I thought it was giving off some really fun candy cane vibes, so that's why I decided to go with it. I liked the diagonal direction of the stripes. So I'm just tracing the shape of my sign out there, and then you want to cut this just a little bit bigger than your sign, have a little bit of an overhang on the edge there, and to get this to bond to your surface, I'm just using some purple Elmer school glue stick. I love this stuff. I have projects that I've made over several years with this glue, and the bond is still holding. I've never had a problem with the paper lifting up or it stop holding the paper or anything. It is just fantastic. I do use a brayer like I'm doing here to get that nice complete bond. And then to make your edges nice and clean looking, I'm using a fingernail file and a downward motion. That just makes the paper look like it was cut to size for your project. It gives it the nicest finished look. And then I'm going to just glue back the window pane detail here with just a little bit of super glue around the edges. I want to make a little 3-dimensional wreath to go in one of the window panes. So I'm just going to take some foam core board. You could use some cardboard. You just want something of about that same thickness. And I will just trace it out and then cut out with my X-Acto knife to get a miniature wreath form. I will cut the center of it out as well so you can kind of see what that form looks like there. It by no means needs to be a perfect circle, so don't worry about it if it looks kind of jagged and not the best. It's gonna turn out fine because I'm just taking some boxwood and I will cover it with a little bit of glue and that Walmart boxwood. I just glue it on in the same direction all the way around that wreath form to create a miniature wreath. This boxwood is absolutely amazing. It's so versatile for all different seasons. I absolutely love it. So pick some up when you're at Walmart, have it in your stash because I use it for so many different projects and I think that you will too. Now I picked up some wood letters at Hobby Lobby. You can get wood letters at Walmart as well. And you could also use like the Dollar Tree stickers if you wanted to. You could use a vinyl cutting machine if you had the access to one of those, hand letter it. There's several different ways that you can get your letters. I'm just using wood and I just stained them with a little bit of antiquing wax and dry brushed a little bit of white paint on them. I just wanted them to kind of match that detailing that is on the window pane on there. So that way it all looks kind of cohesive. And then I'm just using a little bit of super glue to glue those down as well as the wreath. Now you could leave the wreath just plain green. I really love Christmas time when you get to go over the top and embellish things to the max. So I took that advantage of that and got some little berries here. This is just a pick from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to sporadically glue a bunch of them around the wreath. It would be really fun to tie in your home colors that you do for Christmas with this. So if you do more of a neutral color Christmas, you could have a neutral color paper, as well as using like some white berries on there would be really pretty. I just feel that that kind of really drives home the Christmas feel to the sign. Now I'm taking some ribbon here. I picked this up at JoAnns, and this is actually the same ribbon that I've used throughout my entire home. So it's really going to match everything and make everything look cohesive together. So you can see I just took some ribbon to pinch together here to make the tails and the loops. And then I will take one little bit of the ribbon to kind of make it look like it was all tied as one piece. If you're looking for a way to kind of refresh your Christmas decor, every few years I will go buy several new spools of ribbon, and I will change out the ribbons on my trees, on my wreaths, any little decor that I have where I hang my stockings. It's just kind of a nice way to refresh your Christmas decor for very inexpensive, but have everything look kind of new and refreshed and have it all match. I just love that. So I'm just gluing this bow on the top here to finish this off. Kind of looks like a little present. I think this turns out beautiful. I really love that cute little wreath with those berries on there. I think this is going to be just the perfect little shelf sitter or on a tiered tray, even a gift for somebody. I think this turns out just so beautiful and the perfect little Christmas item. You take something from Dollar Tree and kind of add to it, make it your own, and I just think it turns out beautifully. Are you loving the Christmas in July designs? If you are going to love that this video is part of a playlist. I am joined with my friends Linda from Linda's DIY by Design and Patty from pattijgood, and they are amazing DIYers, and I just absolutely love getting together with them and bringing you these fun playlists. Down in my description box, there's going to be a link for you to click on. It's also going to be pinned in my comments. It will take you right over to the playlist where you can watch Linda's video and Patty's video. These ladies both have impeccable style. You're going to love their DIYs. If you don't know them already, you're going to fall in love with everything they make, and they are just the sweetest people and such great friends. It's so fun getting together with YouTube friends and bringing these fun playlists for you. If you're coming over from the playlist or one of their channels, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the DIYs that I have for you today, and I would love if you would consider subscribing. Let's go make some more DIYs. This project is so fun and simple, and it's something that you can use throughout the entire year. It's not specific just to Christmas. In fact, I've actually done this project for a couple of other seasons on my channel, and I just love it. So you just need one of these solid signs from Dollar Tree. It can be either the solid wood ones or the composite materials such as this. It doesn't matter. It just can't be hollow. All I'm going to do is just take my fingernail file and sand off the edges. I do not need to remove the graphic that's on here because I will be gluing cardstock over the top of it. And so the cardstock will be opaque. You will not be able to see this design through. If you're going to be doing something like painting it, you don't want that moisture of the paint to go through that graphic and bubble it up. And if you're going to be doing something thin like a tissue paper, you will want to peel this graphic back. Now I took this outside and I cut it down to be 3 inches high on each of these little blocks here. And you can do this with a table saw, a hand saw I've used several times. In fact, when I did a live on my channel and made these, I used just a table saw to do that, and or a hand saw, and it works great. I'll put a link to those down in my description box if you're interested in checking them out on Amazon, but you can get them at any hardware store. They run about $10. Now I just sanded then smoothed out each of the edges of these blocks. You can see here that I got 5 blocks, or actually 6 blocks, excuse me, out of one of those signs from Dollar Tree. So if you were to take these and sell these at a craft fair, you're paying like $1.25 for the sign, but you can get 6 projects out of this. You can sell them as a group for easily like $18 or $20, I feel like. That's, you can sell each one individually $3, $4, depending on the market that you live in, but it's definitely a great inexpensive project to be able to get a very good return when you're reselling these. Now I'm just using my trusty Elmer's purple school glue stick. I love this. It works wonders for items like this. I love it so much more than Mod Podge. I will go over the top of these at the end with Mod Podge, but to do the actual getting this to stick to the surface, that Elmer's school glue is great. I'm just using my brayer here just to get a nice firm hold, making sure all of the edges have been pushed down. It just creates a really good bond. And you can see I'm just going to flip over the block and do the exact same thing on the other side. Now I've made this mistake way too many times, so I feel that I'm just going to share it because someone out there is probably just like me and goes to glue these together and flips it over to look at both sides and realize you've glued one side upside down. So every time I go to make these, I feel that happens to me at least once. So learn from my mistakes. I'm just letting you know if that matters to you and you want to be able to see it from the back side, make sure you're gluing them down right sides so that way one's not upside down. Now these are so fun because say you wanted to put a Christmas design on one side, you could flip it over and just put a beautiful winter scene or snowman on the other side. So that way during the season when Christmas was over, you could just walk around your house and flip these around to the other side. Christmas is put away and you've got a nice winter display out. It's also fun to be able to do like fall on one side and Christmas on the other, or you can do patriotic on one side for summertime and then flip it over and have like a nice cute just summer flower or something on there. They're so versatile and these are such great items to resell. People love these. They're just beautiful little tray sitters or shelf sitters. I just tucked these all over my home with my Christmas decor and they were so cute. And honestly, it's something that a lot of like if you have people come over, this was the item people could like pick up in their hand just really easy. They would pick it up and be like, oh, that's so cute. And they just loved them. So it's a beautiful, easy project and it's just super fun and quick to make. Don't forget to clean up the edges when you're doing these signs though. I just take a fingernail file and go within a downward motion over all of the edges. This is just going to take any of that excess cardstock off and it's going to make this look like it was actually printed and made to go on your block. It's just such a great way to finish a piece and I recommend anytime you're doing any type of decoupage, using any type of medium to do this after the glue has dried to give that nice clean look. It just really elevates your piece to the next level. Since I want these to have a little bit of an aged look, I'm taking just a little bit of antiquing wax on like a baby wipe or a wet paper towel, and I will just go around the edge of each of these, especially where we sanded the edge to make it match the surface there to give that clean edge. It does sometimes expose a little bit more of that white cardstock. This just kind of helps mute that and kind of blend it in, and I just really like the aged look. You can even go a little bit further into the graphic to kind of make it look like a vignette style, so that way it kind of is framing the picture. It's up to you how much you want to use this, but I do recommend at least going around the very edge just to give a nice finished look to it. You can see here I'm just taking some Mod Podge and this is how I'm sealing them in. You can use a satin, you can use a matte, which is what I'm using here. It just depends on what you want your decor to be like. But I do like the matte just because then you can kind of see when it's wet, you have that glare on it. If you use just the glossy kind, you'll always have that kind of glare with the bright lights and everything. So that's why I kind of like using the matte on these just to have a different finish. But I think these turn out so pretty. Perfect little shelf sitters. You could do all sorts of different little blocks with different pictures on them for different things in your home. You could even do like kids' pictures on these. If you didn't want to do graphics, you could have one for each family member or something. I just think these are so fun and just such a great technique to know and have for all different seasons. I have this adorable red truck. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby, but you might already have one hanging around your house that you could use. This is such a fun little project to kind of winterize these little trucks here. Now this is just one of these little trees here. You can pick them. It's just a bottle brush tree. Pick them up at Dollar Tree, Walmart, Hobby Lobby. Really Target, anywhere is going to have these. It's going to be selling Christmas decor. They're so wildly popular. Now I'm going to cut the little base off here, and I do end up cutting the entire wire off. I kind of had thought maybe I would add a different type of trunk to the tree, but in the end, I didn't need one the way that this is going to sit in the truck, so I just cut the complete wire portion off. So you can kind of see how that's going to just sit down in the truck very easily there. And it's going to not even see the trunk or anything like that. So I kind of was having this vision in my head that maybe this was Santa's truck and he's cutting his Christmas tree down, and he and Mrs. Claus are going to be taking their tree home to decorate. So I really wanted this to look very much like it came from the North Pole, maybe got caught in a magical blizzard. So I'm going to cover the entire truck with Mod Podge, and I'm going to sprinkle it with some iridescent glitter. And this is going to kind of bring in that very snow-covered look, but I really just like the look of the iridescent glitter. It kind of looks like a magical type of snow. I imagine in my head that the North Pole is going to have much sparklier snow, much more beautiful than snow we get here. I don't know. I just thought that that iridescent color is going to really just shine and catch the light and just look completely magical on there. So this is just a container of glitter I picked up at Walmart. I'll put the color, I cannot remember the exact color of it right now, but I'll put that down in my description box. But it is just more of an iridescent, like pearl color on there. And I just sprinkle it all over the truck, and I go back in and add another layer of Mod Podge, or anywhere that I didn't get Mod Podge, I'll go in and I will cover that area and then sprinkle it. And I'm just working in layers upon layers to get a lot of glitter on here. The more layers that you do and the more that you kind of work in different areas, you're going to get a better coverage, and it's going to add different dimensions, and the light will catch all of that little bit of glitter in a different way. And it just really does look like this truck is glistening. Now, once you have all of your glitter, your desired amount on there, then you can move on to the next step, which is getting the tree glued into the back. So you'll notice in the trunk of the car, I did not put any glitter down in there because the tree, which you could, but I want that tree to glue very well to the actual surface of the truck. So you can see I have kind of bent the tree to kind of naturally fit, and like it's tied over the top of the truck there, or not tied, but bent over. So it kind of, you imagine a tree when you set it there would kind of flop over that way naturally. So that's the way I left it. Now I'm just taking this thicker twine. I picked this up at Walmart in their crafting area, kind of by the jewelry and crafting area there. It's a little bit thicker, but I love it for projects like this because it looks more like a rope, but yet it's not quite as thick, obviously, as a rope, so it's easier to tie. But I just wrapped that around the tree 3 or 4 times, just like maybe that's something they had done to tie down this tree in the back of their truck there. And then I just tie it into a cute little bow there. But however you want to tie that off would work. But I just thought a bow was kind of cute. And then I just snip the ends off fairly close to the bow, so that way they're not kind of taking away from the tree there, but you can kind of see as I move this truck around how that glitter is starting to glisten on there. I just imagine that Santa and Mrs. Claus on their way home from the tree lot, they just got stuck in the most beautiful blizzard, and it just kind of glistened their truck as they were driving into their home to set their tree up. I just think this is such a fun little shelf sitter for Christmas. It's perfect for a tiered tray. It would be great to just have tucked into a little area that you want to have that little touch of Christmas on there. I just think it turns out beautiful. And I feel like a lot of us probably have a truck sitting around in our decor that we could probably test this out on our do. It wouldn't even have to be a red truck. It could be any color of truck, and they're very easy to find. But I think this is just something that's kind of a fun little DIY to bring that sparkly little touch of Christmas in. I would love to know your guys' thoughts on this. You can go in, just to let you know, you can go in with a little bit of spray adhesive or some clear coat on there to kind of help that glitter so it doesn't fall all over your decor, or even put another layer of Mod Podge on it that will help it stay. But I just think this turns out so beautiful, and what a fun sparkly addition to your Christmas decor. I really hope that you guys enjoyed these DIYs for Christmas in July. It is always such a fun break to take from the norm and get to do Christmas in July. I look forward to it every year. I honestly, if I could do Christmas DIYs year long, I would. I love them that much. So this is so fun for me to be able to get those creative Christmas juices flowing and get these DIYs out for you. I hope that you guys enjoyed all of these today. And remember that this is part of a collaboration. I just want to thank Linda for getting us all together to do this. The playlist link is going to be in my description box as well as pinned in my comments. So hopefully it's easy for you to find. Go sit back, relax, enjoy all of these fun Christmas in July DIYs that all of these creators have created for you. Their styles are all amazing and you're going to love each and every one of the DIYs that they've done for you. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Happy crafting! If you like the video that you just saw and you want to keep crafting together, here's another video that you might enjoy. And as always, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.